Hey everyone, it's Fentony. I want to talk about the Battle of Winterfell in this episode. A lot of people are making comparisons to Helm's Deep, and in my trailer breakdown video I did make them comparisons myself, but before that we've got some big news to talk about. The Battle of Winterfell is going to happen in episode 3 of Game of Thrones Season 8, and it has been revealed that episode is not going to be an hour long. It was reported that it was going to be 60 minutes long, and a lot of people thought that was too short. But now HBO have officially revealed the Battle of Winterfell episode is going to be 82 minutes long. It's going to be the longest episode in the series. Longer than The Dragon and the Wolf from Season 7, longer than the Season 6 finale, the final ever episode. Episode 1 still 54 minutes, Episode 2 58, Episode 3 is now up to 82 minutes, Episode 4 78, Episode 5 80, and the final ever episode, Episode 6, is still 80 minutes long. So the third episode in Season 8, which will feature the Battle of Winterfell, is going to be the longest episode in the series history. It's going to be the Night King versus Jon Snow, Dany, the Starks, pretty much everyone on the good side, but can it live up to Helm's Deep? In my opinion, the Battle of Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers is still the number one. I think it's better than any battle from any TV show or any film. The Minas Tirith battle from the Lord of the Rings is still great, but I kind of feel the Army of the Dead ruin it. You know, having an invincible army of ghosts kind of ruins the ending for me. But Helm's Deep is perfect. It's 40 minutes of perfect battle. And Game of Thrones director Mikhail Sapochnik, who directed Hardhome and has directed Battle of the Bastards and also The Winds of Winter, and is coming back for episode 3 and episode 5 in the final season, said he actually studied Helm's Deep to determine when the audience would get battle fatigue from too much hacking and slashing. Yeah, Helm's Deep is the perfect mix of realism, over-the-top action, big hero moments. There's not a part of it you want to skip. But Game of Thrones also has great battles as well. You know, in the earlier seasons they were kind of skipped over, or some of them happen off screen, but as the budget increased, a lot of them happened on screen. Blackwater's amazing, so is Watchers on the Wall. I think the Battle of the Bastards is the best Game of Thrones battle so far. It's almost perfect, apart from the fact that nobody actually cared about Rickon Stark. His character's role was cut very short in the show, and nobody cared whether he died. And he's a member of House Stark, who are the most popular family on the show. But it's still amazing, and it is the best battle so far. But I think the Battle of Winterfell is going to top it. Episode 3, 82 minutes long, the Night King versus Jon, Dany, the Starks, Jaime, Brienne, Tyrion, Jorah. Nearly all the good characters are going to be there, and many of them are going to die. Many named and unnamed characters are going to get the chop here. I feel that most of the big names are safe, such as Jon, Dany and Arya. You know, they need to make it down to King's Land in the south, but I think a lot of big names are going to get the chop. I think Grey Worm's going to go, I think Jorah's done for, Beric Dondarrion's going to go, and a lot of other characters as well. There is a line from the Entertainment Weekly preview that I think sums up this battle. The snowy ground is streaked with blood, beloved heroes lay dead outside the castle gates. This Winterfell battle was featured heavily in the trailer. It's going to have lots of different character points of view, showcasing their own individual struggles during the battle. We're going to see Arya, Jon, Jaime, Brienne, Jorah, probably the Hound, definitely Daenerys, Bran, Sansa, pretty much everyone. No wonder it took 11 weeks of grueling night shoots to film, with over 700 people. This is Maisie Williams' first battle, and by the sound of it, it was a very tough shoot for her. Night shoots in the cold, wet mud. And with Mikhail Sapochnik at the helm, the man who done the Battle of the Bastards and Hardhome, I think this battle's going to be amazing. I think Season 7 really missed him, especially the episode Beyond the Wall. Mikhail Sapochnik was not involved in Season 7, but I think if he was there, that'd be the episode that he would do. He's the best person to direct these big battles as he has the experience and the skills required. Nobody can film Game of Thrones battles or the Army of the Dead like Mikhail Sapochnik. The battle itself is still a massive big mystery. We have seen some film footage, but there's nothing concrete. Yeah, we know the Night King attacks Winterfell, and lots of people are going to die, but the overall outcome is still unknown. In my honest opinion, I think the Night King has to win at Winterfell. Winterfell has to fall, but I think there will be survivors, and they'll manage to flee through the secret tunnels below the crypts of Winterfell, and then eventually make it down to King's Landing, and that's where the Night King will attack once again in episode 5. I just don't see the Night King losing. How can he? 7 seasons of build up for nothing, just to lose in the very first attack in episode 3. The Night King's army is massive and it's a supernatural force. Yeah, Dany has the 2 dragons, but the Night King also has a dragon as well. Viserion is probably just as strong as Drogon and Rhaegal combined. The very first scene in Game of Thrones featured the White Walkers, and even though there's been so many storylines going on in the show, the threat of the White Walkers has always been there, and it's been building up throughout the series. That's why I think the Night King makes it down to King's Landing, and Jon and Dany have to defend it against him. There's 1 million people inside King's Landing, 1 million people that he wants to add to his army. What the Night King wants has never been revealed, but the actor who plays him did say he has a target and he wants to kill that target. Maybe that target is in Winterfell, maybe that target gets down to King's Landing. And whilst this is all going on, I think Cersei Lannister is going to be in the Red Keep planning her wildfire plot. She's going to try and blow up a massive part of King's Landing, destroying the Army of the Dead and destroying Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen. But that's just my opinion. I know a lot of you guys think the Night King is going to get defeated at Winterfell, but I want to know what you think in the comments below. Does Winterfell fall, or does the Night King get defeated? And I also want to know if you guys think this battle can live up to Helm's Deep. A lot of people are comparing it to Helm's Deep, but it's also going to be very, very different. I don't think Winterfell is going to end in victory like Helm's Deep, and also we kind of knew how Helm's Deep was going to end. We knew that Aragorn was going to have to win. But unlike with Helm's Deep, when it comes to Winterfell, we don't have a clue how it's going to go. And I think it's going to be much more emotional than Helm's Deep, as characters are going to be killed off. If you think about it, the only named character in Helm's Deep that actually died, I think, was Haldir, the leader of the elves. At Winterfell, there's going to be lots of characters, including fan favourites. It's not going to end well for the living, no matter what happens. I think that Winterfell falls, but they live to fight another day. I think they're going to try winning by strength of arms during Winterfell, but eventually they're going to realise that only magic can defeat the Night King. Trying to destroy White Walkers of Dragonglass and Valyrian Steel and blasting Whites of Dragonfire is not going to work. The only way to defeat the Army of the Dead is to kill the Night King, and I don't think you can kill him with Dragonglass or Valyrian Steel. I think Bran is the key to defeating the Night King, but he needs help, and it's going to take longer than 3 episodes. But I want to know what you think in the comments below. Can the Winterfell battle be just as good as Helm's Deep? I imagine the first time watching it's going to be a rollercoaster of emotions, but can it stand the test of time just like Helm's Deep? Remember, Helm's Deep was released in 2002 and it's still the #1. Can the Battle of Winterfell match up to it? I think in terms of emotion it's going to surpass it, but can it live up to Helm's Deep in terms of how a battle's meant to be done? So we're just under a month to go now, we're getting so close to the final season. If you guys have got any requests for videos, just let me know. I still want to make a few videos on the trailer, but I've been so busy lately. I'm hopefully going to release another video on Sunday, so make sure you subscribe to get that. Anyways, remember to leave your thoughts in the comments below, and then like and subscribe the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.